I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me. I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path. If you want it bad, I'm gonna show you where it's at. Yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want. Yeah, rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooters gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won. Yeah, always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. Oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me. I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up.
Well, hello there, YouTube. How are we all doing? Welcome back to some Building with Casey. My name is Casey, and this is my Building with Casey series, which I have moved to a stream exclusive where we stream the projects. If you missed the last stream, I want to check that everything is picking up. Give me a minute. Yeah, if you missed the last stream, we got to check everything that's picking up. Yeah, everything seems good. In the last episode, we worked on this sort of pathway right here outside of the cathedral. I've still got a lot of work to do on the cathedral, but I'm kind of indecisive on whether I want to do another video to feature the finishing of this, or if I just simply want to leave this as it is and do it in a stream. But either way, that is not the target of today's episode. Today's episode, I actually want to work across the board here. And I am debating whether or not we work here or over there, as I want to create a deep storage unit. Now, this is modded Minecraft, so we have like a lot of farms that do a lot of things, and I want to have this as my main sort of city, where we have all of the farms that we'll ever need throughout our world. I need a magnum torch to light up under here. Stop mobs from spawning because they just keep on spawning in the dark. So I feel like the plan is maybe here, because we could have like the deep storage unit here, which is where we're going to be storing the vast majority of our resources, followed by the, a road leading down from here and along some docks that'll run the length of the city here. And I think that would probably be the better option, because it would make sense that you would have like the warehouse building right next to the docks. Now, this does mean that we need some resources, so we're going to teleport back home. I do that all the time. Teleport us back to the wrong place. Here we go. And like spike. Oh, another like spike. That'll be the Enderman. Okay, I want to make sure that I keep the things on me that I want on me. And then for now, we're going to grab some like guide blocks. I think stone will probably be a good guide block. And then we can utilize that. Oh, I just got to straighten myself out in the chair here because I end up just slouching down so much and it's bad posture. So we've got the stone. Let's go ahead and just start planning out. I'll show you like kind of what we're planning in this episode and throughout this stream. Because if you look over here, like this was my original city. And while I do still want to continue work on this, it's going to take a little bit of time for me to feel inspired to come back here. I made a lot of mistakes that I'm not happy with. But this was the quarry, and you can see sort of like the extent of just how many blocks it utilizes. And I realize there's like, why is there... Oh, yeah, that's to link those up so they're all connected. Why did I do that like that? I don't know. But yeah, so we get a bunch of different resources coming in, and they can only store so much. And the idea behind the deep storage is what I had going on here, but it just wasn't how I liked it. There was a lot of mistakes that I made within this city that I want to tear down a lot of this city and redo it. But it's such a big undertaking, I wanted to start a new project, especially with the brand new season. So this is like the deep storage where we've got all these deep storage units. These can store a ridiculous amount of blocks. And the idea being is these will store all the blocks that we are producing within our lands and within our kingdom. And again, because we don't play in this world alone, we play in this world with other people, you know, having that kind of shops available for people to buy from, I think would be a good thing. So, we want to try and get this laid down. So, before I go, I'm going to grab some dirt and I'm going to grab some diorite. And I think that'll be useful. And then what we can do, we can get back over here. Gotta be sure I go to the long one. A little bit of time rendering in. But if we come over here, we can start to sort of plan this out on how I want it to be. Because I'm planning like, I don't know what the builds are called. But I do kind of want something like with pillars going up. And I feel like it would look really good like pushed right up against here. But then we've got to kind of be considerate, so on where we want to go. And I feel like we could probably do like a little bit of a bay window, like a tower, maybe like here on either side. Because what we could do is I'm thinking of how I want the internals to look as well as the externals. As one of the things I don't do in Minecraft a lot is build interiors. And I don't build interiors because there just isn't that many good blocks to make them look nice. But within modded Minecraft, you've got DecoCraft that you can use to make it look nice. Like, we could do something like that. And then, I mean, I was going for like is it the Washington Monument? This is not going to look like that. But now I'm thinking about it, it doesn't have to look like it. It was just an idea that I had in my head. Oh, I've got chat. Hi, Ginger. I am sorry about that. I missed that chat. And now I've accidentally put the wrong thing up. There we go. YouTube's got something that popped up that I just thought was a welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy thing, but it wasn't. It was asking me for my opinion on something. Hello. How you doing? So if we were to bring this back here, because I'm thinking we probably want to utilize this space over here. And we don't really need to utilize this space all that much. Because we've got to be considerate with, like, we want to go down. Because I'm thinking, like, we'll come down and around, and then around the dock. So I want to make sure that we're not using sort of too much space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, if we were to do that. And I'm using stone here, not as the actual building block. We're just planning it out. I want to get a shape down in my head on how I want this to look. We could go 3 there. And we could leave a gap of 3, and then we could do another one of those. Like, would that be a good option, do you think? Let's see. Because then that puts us, like, that fills this space quite well. Here. And then we could, like, have a little planter garden here, a couple of big trees in front. And we can utilize this space here for the screens of the ME system. So that we have access as soon as we come in the door, you know, be like straight in, you know, turn around. We've got access here, here, and here. And we can have like 3 different systems set up for 3 different reasons. I don't know why we'd have 3, but we would. So we could have like this building here like so. And this would kind of be the forefront of the building, the main sort of interactable area where we'd come in, we'd... Oh, this guy. He has the same exact wheeze that my brother has. And like when I came with my brother, I heard that wheeze down the mic all the time. And then I hear that, and I'm like, oh. It was just a jog of reality. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 7. Okay. And then we got to like think about how I want to do this. I need to go back to the other place so I can look, because I worked this all out over here many moons ago. And this was supposed to be the deep storage in a failed attempt to revive the series. And each segment is, what, 1, 2, 3... Each segment is 8, yeah, because each cable can hold a signal of 64. So 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64. So yeah. So we need segments of 8 by 2. And that's what we need. So, get back over here. And we're going to kind of figure out like how I'm going to be structuring this build itself. So if we go like, I'd like maybe a 2-block gap to walk around. And then this is why I'm going to need other blocks in here. Because we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, space, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, space, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can probably do another 4 like that. Like that's saying that we want, what if we were to like have a gap of 2 in between them? This is going to require a little bit more finagling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of that one. And then we've got 4 like that. I think that actually, size-wise, is going to look pretty much what I want. So we'll bring this around here, give it that 2 gap there. And then we get a somewhat size orientation of what we want. And the great thing that I love about modded Minecraft is we can use things called Magnus torches to light up a structure. It doesn't light the structure up, but it prevents mobs from spawning within it. So we can do some really cool things with lighting, where we don't have to light up every space, because we can just prevent mob spawns in that area. It's kind of like having a mob switch, only it only does it in like a 64 by 64 block. So let's bring this out, because I need to get this wrapped around my head. Like, applied energistics can be funky. So each dense cable will carry a signal of 64. And if we have each of these, you know, that'll be 8, 16. You know, each one of these segments is going to be one dense cable, isn't it? Like each side, because it's 8, 16, yeah. Each side, or is it 32 channels? I think they can only do 32 channels. Let's, let me go back. How do you make your hair so lush? I am glad you think my hair is lush. Hopes and prayers. Trust me, my hair this length, sometimes it's a case of I look like a Hades hair rock metal band, and then other days I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. When I wash it twice at a time. And I don't wash every day, I wash every other day. I find that washing every day just makes the hair feel brittle and frail and yeah. I don't like it. But I'm a man, so, you know, as a man, we can put whatever we want in our hair and it just comes out looking amazing. As the meme goes around. Okay, dense cable. Actually, I've got dense cables here. Oops, nope, it's this one, yeah. So 6 out, oh, they're not dense cables. Are these dense cables? Yeah. Okay, 32 channels. Which means each dense cable that we have will only hold 32 channels. Waypoints, teleport. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that we don't overload the system. And each side of an ME system can hold up to 32 channels. So, I'm thinking we do like a 2-block gap. Because ideally, we're going to have cables coming down here, cables coming down here. And that's not really what I want. So, let's get rid of this for now. Because it'll be, we need different blocks. So we'll have cable, system, cable. Which means it'll go like that. Let me get rid of that. And then I'd want a gap of 2 so that I can actually no. I don't want a gap of 2. I want a gap of 1 because then it'll feel crowded like a server room. And realistically, we aren't going to be walking in this area too much. Most of the interaction will be in this section of the build. So there we go. We'll have that cable there like so. And then if we do the exact same thing on this side, leave in a gap of 1. So be those 1, 2, then 1, 2. Oh no, that's wrong. It'll be 1, then 1, 2, 1. It's not going to be centered. But like, does it really need to be? If we say like, here is the door. 3. And then grab some stone. And then I want to bring this sort of... I want a chunk here to eat up a chunk is what I want. So we'd have like that. Then we'd have 1, 2 followed by another 1. So ideally we'd have it like this, I think. I'm not making much sense, I realize that. But the idea is I want somewhere for the ME system itself to sit up top. So like the computer would sit there, and then the storage would be here, and then that's like a lot of storage. So we'll get rid of that. That's not what I meant to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we need to move the stone out 1. So I thought they were like fucking caterpillars then. So ideally we end up with something that'll look inside like this. 1, 2, oh, we'll have like, what's that? That's 5, 10, 15. We'll have about 20, maybe 24 times 8, like 24 times 64. That's a lot of storage within this one area. I definitely feel like we're getting somewhere. We are definitely getting somewhere. We just now need to figure out like a block palette. What's this going to be built out of? And that is the more challenging bit. I think the first thing that we probably want to do is figure out... Got to break the build down. You got to break the build down from a large project into a smaller project. Also got to have a drink. There we go. Okay. First things first, let's have a little bit of look at this front bit. So, what options do we kind of have in terms of blocks that we can use? Because I've got a vision in my head of how I want this to look. And I want some sort of light block. But I think the white is too light. But like andesite that we've got here could be a good option. Let me just go into my night vision and turn that on. This will allow me to look at my blocks in here. And this is another reason why I like using storage drawers, is it's just easy to see exactly what blocks you want. Like we've got andesite is up here. That's diorite, this is andesite. Like in terms of andesite, we've got some good blocks. We could probably make use of throwing a bunch of these away. So, we could probably make use, I think, of a few of these, followed by a couple of these, some of those, and a bit of these. And now I kind of want something to frame it out with, and I don't want to use wood. But I'm not seeing anything here that's taking my fancy. Like, some sort of pillar. Let's have a look. See what we have in terms of pillar within the system. There's this marble pillar, which I think would go really nice. But again, I need something that's going to be a slight bit darker. Like, we've got the dark stone pillar. But I think that's too dark. Ultimately, with pillars, there just isn't much. I mean, there's this marble pillar, but I don't like that. I kind of like this. Like, do I have, like, marble in here? I don't think I do. We have a little bit of marble. But not too much. There just isn't a lot in the deep dark at the minute. Okay. Let's have a look. See, I should have, like, some marble in here. And we'll just grab some of that and chisel. Because ideally you don't really know until you start putting blocks down and start trying it. And like, we've got some of these like darker marble blocks. Like dark creeper, I think, could work. And then maybe we just do marble with a large dent. Because it does have that darker grey tone. Let's go and have a little try and see how it looks. Oops. Where's my... I need to put this waypoint a little bit closer to our base. It may make it so much easier. So the first sort of like section that I want to work on is here. I like these andesite pillars though. That's the thing. I really do like these andesite pillars. And I think we're going to trim this road back one. I had a bunch of andesite on me. Something's below me. It's a creeper. He's in the storage. He can chill there. Now, these andesite pillars aren't actually directional. So we can put them here like this, too. And I like the idea that maybe these go up some. As I want to take them past this point. We can also maybe incorporate them here too. Actually, the best thing to do here would be just to change block. And then we could change those. And then that gives us kind of rough feel. A very bad rough feel, but, you know. It gives me a chance to visualize it. Ah, I'm doing all the things that I don't want to be doing. Because ideally, like, these would not come up all the way. This would come up higher, and the roof would sit on this level here. And I'm trying to, like, figure out what kind of style roof that I want. Because a nice slab roof would look good, but that gets very awkward. Because ideally I'd like some sort of triangle roof, but the fact is we don't have it even. It's longer on this side than it is on that side, which means it's not going to work that way. Alternatively, we could utilize the triangle roof at the back here, but then that's going to create a very long, bland roof this side. But we don't need to worry about the roof just yet. We're more concerned with how this is actually going to look on the outside. And how tall we want to take this up. 3, 4, 5. These ones are going to go up 5. I know that much. At least for now. And then we get another pillar in this section right here. And this one's going to come up to those heights. So, like, as far as pillars go, I like that. I just need to... I'm ended up in a bloody weird angle with my back. So I definitely like that as it is. And then I'm sure I grabbed some, like, andesite bricks. I did, yes. And then what about if we were to use the andesite bricks as a backing block, but only down here. Let's grab swap. And then we can swap those out. Make our job a little bit easier. Is this going to be too much of the same? I don't think it is. But then we can grab some... What else did I grab? Ornate small tiles. And what about if we were to like... I don't really like that. What about this in there to create a little bit of a... Oh yeah, I kind of like that. That doesn't look too bad. And then we can create some more with that over here too. Like so. Although, I don't know, I feel like... I mean, we could definitely do that. Yeah, I think we will do that. We've got a dog barking in the background. That's my dog. We've got this here, which we can't do it with. But I feel like we can do something different with this section anyway. So we'll worry about those sections in a moment. Let's get this. I like the way that this looks. It looks kind of sunken in and recessed. And I'm trying to find a way to make details without actually having windows. Because at the end of the day, it is a warehouse. We wouldn't have windows that much in it. Especially with what I'm putting on the inside of this, because we'll have the ME system sort of... Oh, I hate when it does that. I have the bricks in my inventory, I'm sure. But it just picks the wrong one. And then... We'll use the builder's wand. So yeah, that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad, I don't think. I quite like that. We've got... I need some carpenter stairs. Okay. Let's head back home. Waypoints. And there are these, like... infernal bricks. I kind of like those. Do I have any of those? I have a few. Let's, as they say, cook for a little bit. Let's see what we can come up with. Gotta work through it. Gotta work through the pain. Gotta keep on keeping on, you know? Oh. There we go. I made a small mistake there. Fixed. Because I'm thinking we could, like, come across here with some infernal stairs. And do we do that? No. I should have got some infernal blocks while I was there. No, I feel like we need to bring this up one. It doesn't feel right there. Like, if we were to put it here, we get that clear differentiation between the two without ruining what we've got going on here. Like, ideally, I would like this to go around. Like so. But I don't know if I like that. And I'd want it to be a bit lower than that one. So maybe in these ones we take this one out and we just do it one lower. I don't know on that one. I definitely feel like it's missing something. And, you know, thinking about it, these are actually now going to come all the way up. Because of the way that I want to style this. So we bring these all the way up as we had done with the rest. Turn the night vision off. I like the night vision, don't get me wrong, but many times I build builds and then forget about the interiors and the lighting and stuff, and then, you know, becomes a problem. Okay, so this isn't what we want to do here. We know that much. But what do we want to do there? Because, like, ideally, the wall would be behind there. Like, the wall would come at, like, this level. And you know what? I don't hate that. So, like, just as an example, like, we'd have the wall sort of back here at this level. Like so. Maybe we could do like fences. I don't have any fences there. I think I've got some nether brick fences knocking around in me. I've got some chests around here somewhere. I might have built over them. But I did have some chests. Did I clean the chests up? I don't feel like I would have. Oh, they're there. I found them. We might have some nether brick fences in here, at least just to get a feel. Yeah, we got some here. I don't think I would be using nether brick for this, but I think it's important to have, you know. Like, we could do that, but made out of infernal bricks, like. But that is not what I like. I have carpenter's stairs in here. Got an itchy nose too. So, I'm going to try something. What about if we take those carpenter stairs and we wrap them around. Okay. Then we can take the andesite pillar. Fall down. But we can bring this around so it's like a part of that. Okay, that I do like. That I think looks a lot better. And I definitely like this highlight here. And then we can bring this up one like so, and then we'd run fences around it like that. Yep. Okay, it wouldn't be nether brick fences. We'd use the infernal ones because that's what we're using here. So, at least I know what I need to go and get now. I need to go and get some infernal blocks and some carpenter's thingy-majigs. I forget what they're called now. Carpenter's barriers, is it? Yeah. Okay, we'll grab some of those and infernal. Okay, we've got the fitted infernal stones. What are those? Slabs. So, through the chisel. Through the chisel we go. Do I have another like golden bag of holding? Golden bag of holding. I do have one, but I think this already has stuff in it. I just threw the chisel away. Oh, mistakes have been made. Throw some stuff in here. And then that way, we can get some more infernal blocks. Grab the chisel. And there we go. Okay. Now we should have enough to make this work. Let's teleport back. Wait for it to render in. I mean, so far I am liking the idea that I've got for this city in my head. I just gotta hope it translates as well as I want it to paper. So, let's make some bricks. Then we'll make some cobblestone, maybe. And etched infernal bricks? Like, what are these? And they got creeper faces in them. I'm not so sure that's what I want. But I do want to just see Like, what if we were to put those there? Then we grab the cobblestone. Do a little bit of cobblestone, followed by another 2 of those. Cobblestone, 2 of those. To give it that sort of darker tone, so there's at least some contrast there. And maybe we can even take this one out and do, you know, the same there. So we get that shading going across, but not in these bits. So it would go there as well. But I gotta bit by bit. Okay, let's go up the carpenter's fence. Oh, for Pete's sake. Do I have my carpenter's hammer on me? Oh, I do. Fantastic stuff. Because we can actually change these, and I think that those would suit it better. And we can use the infernal fitted bricks here. Like, what about if we were to use the fitted bricks here instead? Nope, I think I like the other ones. They just have a bit more of a ornate feel to them. So ideally, I'd want this to come up 1 more. And then I've got like an interesting thing that I want to do at the top, but we'll get into that in a moment. So we'll bring these up. 1 by 1 we go. And then we'll take those out. Get the center brought up. How does that look? I don't look too bad. I think we need to bring this down 1 because you can kind of see through. Then again, do we bring it down 1 or do we simply cap it there? That might be the solution that we're looking for. It is, but I think like the solution that we want is andesite. So we can just bring in andesite bricks. And that gives us that for a front. And I don't hate this. I think maybe we can actually do something different here though. I should have some of those stairs still. Not in that one. There we are. In that one. So what about if we were to make this a window instead? We'd need to put some blocks here and here. I'm not in love with that as a window. Then we just keep it as it was before. It's been a very long week for me, so my brain isn't working on full power at the minute. What if we were to take this out and use andesite bricks? So we get sort of the reverse of what we've done there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Gotta say, that does look pretty good. And then over here, andesite pillars, and this is not a directional block, so I can't have it going across, but we can do it there, so we've got the main entranceway. And then it's a case of repeating what we've already done over there. So if we put, was those down at the bottom here? Yep. And then the cobblestone. Followed by 2 of those. Cobblestone, cobblestone. Those. Cobblestone, cobblestone. And those. And now we got the carpenter's stairs. I gotta hope that my hammer survives this, because its durability is low. And carpenter's hammers are annoying to craft. They're not super difficult, they're just annoying. I'm going to need some more andesite pillars. There we go. course, when you put a block on a carpenter's block, it highlights the block. So you can put two different blocks on the same block, and you'll get the highlights of the block before it. That's why I have to put, you know, double click there. Okay, we can sort of get a little bit more durability out of our carpenter's hammer by changing the ones that we're going to be attaching. So if I change these ones, I can take carpenter's barriers around like so. And then I want the bricks. Oh, I didn't do this one. You always move the block that you need off your hotbar as well, I've noticed. So that's that. We could do something with lighting so that there's a light on the... Whoops. So that there is a light on the system. We could. But I think we take it one step at a time. Where's my andesite bricks? That one's already done. And then what we want is this bit. Oh, no, not that one. Sorry, didn't mean to place that there. Mistakes have been made. Take this up. Knock those ones out. Yeah, and throw in some andesite bricks. And I do like how that tone sets apart. Then this whole building with Casey series that we do is all about trying new things. It's about experimenting and figuring out what works and what doesn't work. Now, I do want some sort of window here. And I think I know exactly what I'm going to do there. So we're going to come up here. And I should be able to bring this all the way across. Not like that, though. Just kidding on that one. Oh, I missed a bit. I missed a bit. And then this way we sort of bring it all uniform in line. Okay, let me get this bit sorted out first before we start moving on to the next bit. Otherwise, I'll forget it. So what have we got going on? Oh, yeah, we don't really have... You know what? I think on this bit... Ooh, do I want to... What do I want to do here? Like, I think... We bring this up as andesite. Right. And then... We throw some of that in. Andesite. Do we do that as like a sunken pillar like so? And then we can maybe throw some funky stuff in on this one. You know? Get a bit of shape, bit of character. The pick block function, just not a good function. Doesn't work in this version of the game. This was before it was added as an official version, and so it's added in this one as a mod. I feel like that works. That ain't too bad. Yeah, that's good. That's good enough. That's good enough. Okay. So what I want to do here is I want to see if this divides evenly in segments of 2. And I don't have any more of those. So let me start from this side. This is unlikely to, yeah, I didn't think it would do exactly 2. Okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Trouble is, we've got this like central bit here, which I want to make sure we're working with as best as possible. So we can do 2, 2. That leaves us a 4 gap. Or we could do 3, 2, 3, which I think would be best. And then we can do over here, what have we got? What are we working with? Can we do... Like, I feel like we've got to repeat that, like, 3, 2 pattern. So 3, 2, 2. And that gives us another 2. So, that's that pattern. And then this is before we, like, do the roof. So we're going to go stair here. Yeah, this is a little technique that I quite like to use. Oops, that's not the right place. That's not the right place either. Make sure we put in all these. Please don't connect. Oh, that's going to mess that one up. And then throw the andesite stair here. And then we get like, oh, you know what? I don't like that. After doing all of that, I don't really like it all that much. I think we need to do something very slightly differently. And I think I know what I want to do differently. What about if we were to go stair up the front here? Or maybe not stair every one. Like stair, 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 stair. I feel like that adds a little bit more shape, a little bit more character to it. It's going to make the build look a lot better, I think. And then, like, ultimately, these are going to be the andesite pillars. We need to keep with the theme of what we've got going on. So we can do that. And then I would like to put like a block here of some description. So we'll just use this temporarily so I can get a feel for what we want. And then, yeah, we could do carpenter's fence here. And then I don't have any carpenter's blocks on me because it would be nice to do, you know, slab, 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 slab. Let's go get some carpenter's slabs. I mean, the carpenter's slabs aren't a thing, but there is a way to make them. There is a way to make them. But it's a little bit of a finicky process. Got to scratch. And then I can actually grab the block that I want, because I want, while I'm here, where's my wireless access terminal? Throw some of these blocks in here. I got to be careful not to throw the golden bag of holding inside the golden bag of holding. Unfortunately, this is in a version of Minecraft where there's no protection in place to stop that from actually happening. Okay, so carpenter's frame. This is what I want. Like, I'll get a stack of those. I've got another carpenter's hammer. That's good. Don't have to make one of those up. And then I want gold. And then we can go back home. Back to our new home anyway. If I can go the right way. Which evidently I cannot. I am going the wrong way. So this would be gold. But let's grab
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do.
Sorry about that, folks. Had to deal with a minor thing. Okay. So where were we? We were... Yes, we're on the wrong side now. So if we do these, and I want to use the... Nope, don't do that. I want to use these blocks out here. Nope, don't do that. Now we do have options for this, but I want to get one thing done at a time. So, gotta remember how to do the like carpenter slabs. That's not exactly what I wanted. That's what I want, and then like that. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want. So now I gotta put this alongside every other one. Let's get it on top first. Oops. Thankfully these break super easily, so you can break them with your hand if you need to. Yeah, that's where one needs to go anyway. We got lucky there. Ooh, don't put that there. It is a little bit of work to get this to work out, but, you know. Gotta put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours, you know. That fucking hamster meme that was going around everywhere a month ago. That's not what I wanted. Hit the top of it. Okay, yep, that's looking somewhat in the right direction. I think we're moving in the right direction for sure. Let's grab some bricks out. I want this to stand out a little bit. So I'm hoping that using the darker tones will work. But we'll take a look at it from down below when we're done. And see just what we think. Oh, that's not where I want to be. Okay, yeah, that is kind of what I'm looking for. And then, nope, not that. And then we can utilize this gap in the middle here, where there's a fence, to put the andesite block. And then my chisel, we'll put this away. As I want to get a nice kind of shimmery gold. But I think like the best we're going to get is this one. And then we can throw this down up here to get a bit of a gold highlight. As this is to symbolize this is the money building. This is where we keep all of our important things. And I do like that how that comes across up there. That's oh, PG. I did not mean to do that. Okay, let's grab the bricks. So now I gotta figure out like how this looks as a roof. And if this is indeed what I want to do. Do I have pillars? I don't have pillars. Oh, I'm out of pillars. Yeah. Golden bag of holding. You came in clutch. So now I got to figure out, like I say, exactly what kind of roof that we are going to be putting on this place. I got to say, I do kind of like this. Did we try stairs here and I did not like them? I don't think we did. I think maybe we can do that to arch it out a little bit. We can also add arches here. I definitely think that's adding something. That one is not recessed. Oh, you're on the wrong palette, my friend. Like, totally. So, I'll make this a little bit easier on myself. That'll let me plant all them blocks. It's one of the reasons that I love modded Minecraft so much. It's no substitute for vanilla. I do enjoy vanilla as well. But just the things that you can do as small tiles. I need the bricks. I have bricks. Yeah, there they are. And then we can... We've missed this here. Like, I am thinking like maybe we take these out. I wanted them to be underside, but now I'm thinking like, do we need it to be underside? Could it not be this brick just to bring it into uniform so that it's actually there? That could totally work. Although I am realizing, like... I like the fact you can put these sideways too. We could do that, and then we could, like... Ooh. That's actually slabbing perfectly. I've never had it do that before. Do that, grab the bricks. That definitely looks a lot better. But ideally, I'm not entirely sold on where we go when it comes to the roof of this building. Okay, so I want to put a pillar there. Can I do like 1, 2, 3? Actually, we can do, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because there's no reason like the pillars need to be even with the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pillar. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's 4, not 5. We could always push it back 1. But then again... Because the roof would be off of this block here. Well, there's a block the roof would be off of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Meaning it would have to go... If we were keeping it in line. Like, that's something we need to think about. So now I need to come up with what we are going to be doing in these sections right here. But my main concern is what I'm going to be doing for... What I'm going to be doing for a roof. I be honest, I am somewhat drawing a blank on the roof. But I like this so far. I think that we've got still somewhere to go. You know, ideally I'd like maybe a pointed roof. But let's grab a block we haven't used yet. Let's just grab some diorite. That's fine. Like if we were to come up like this, not using diorite, but using a different block. That's going to come up quite tall. But we can make the roof a little bit. We can do, you know, 2 blocks, and then we go up 2, and then we go up 2, and then we go up 2, and we go up 2. That roof is speaking to me a lot more. Obviously not made out of diorite, but I need to get a shape inside in mind. So let's get that one in mind. Did not mean to put that there. So ideally we'd end up something like that. But the thing that I don't like about that is it's not centered on the door. It feels very off-centered of the door. So, let's go with a completely different idea. Because I don't feel like moving the door around. So we could say, like, if we go off this pillar here, and then we go off this pillar here, and we go up at a point here. So we bring this up to a point. That can't be right because that's an even number. I mean, that is off the pillar, so I must have, you know, somehow made a mistake. Yes. Because that one should be there. So we could do a pointing roof like that. Where we add in, like, over here. So roofs are not my strong point, for sure. But I'm trying to do new things with roofs. And I feel like I'm definitely leveling up. So we could tackle the roof on the side like that. But that would mean that this needs to come down one more here. But that doesn't come up to the same height as this, because here we are at 91, whereas here we are at 90. So, you know, we could start this roof one higher. That brings it in line. Oops. Truth is, you don't know until you start getting an outline in place on like what's going to work and what's not going to work. So we've got that coming off here. No, that was on the right block. It was a block underneath I need to take out, isn't it? Yeah, it's that one I need to take out. That's the one that needs to go. That doesn't look right. Did I not do this right? Did I take out the wrong block? I don't think I did. Did I start this on the wrong block? I think I may have, yes. That's why, because I started this side on the wrong one. Set the whole thing up for failure. So we get this roof like that. We could further, like... I mean, we'd have to bring this roof out one. Nope, we'd have to bring it out another one. So this roof would actually technically start out here like this. And I don't hate that, but I don't love it either. Like, we could come... What about if we were to do like a gap of 2 there? And then... Nope. Do another gap of 2 here, followed by 2. Like, have some tall windows here coming up. That kind of goes straight back into the roof. It would definitely create some intrigue along the side. And I could potentially fit one in over here. Like, we'd need a gap of 1. 2. Then we'd have 2, and then 1, 2. So we could do something like that. I'm out of diorite. I think I need to go back to the drawing board and think a lot about this. No, I definitely do. Where did I put my sleeping bag? Where did I put my sleeping bag? I thought I'd put it in here. Is it in here? Yeah, of course, this monster's nearby. Let's go sleep in the cathedral. But yeah. So I think I need to go back to the drawing board on this scenario and think a little bit more about what I'm going to do here. But I am actually going to be bringing the stream to a close at this point. We've been streaming for about an hour. No! Oh, thankfully this arm absorbs like the blasts. I don't even know where he came from. Yeah, unfortunately the stream has been very poor. We've had like 3 people chatting, barely any views. It's not been one of the better ones. I streamed at a different time than what I normally do. Definitely later in the evenings is better, and that's probably when I'm going to be resuming this project a bit later on in the stream, in the evenings. But as for today, this is going to do it for me. I am absolutely drained. My mental powers are not working, and I need to work a little bit more on this roof idea in my head. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider leaving a like, hit subscribe. As always, I'm KC, you are the awesome folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I shall see you in the next one.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.